Greetings everyone, BJ Wyler with you for another episode of Stronghold Kingdoms. Fighting in America, because this is server USA 2, or World USA 2, we'll call it, and it is day 652. And it looks like we got some stashes to run along here, right? Lairs. Cap the resident stashes. Nothing down there. Good. So Vegas has got 2. Nothing in Angel. Nagizi we're clear, but we do want some of this. We will take that. Navajo we're okay. Flora Vista. Let's go get that one. There, Monument, we're okay, Blue Hill, we're okay. So as you can see, no AI castles popping up in these parishes here since we've left the wolf lairs and the bandit camps alone, as the case may be. So that's nice. And of course, for the ones that have AI castles, such as all these others, we of course will naturally go ahead and toast those fish. Freaking fish for the freaking one that is a fish land. Or no, you know what? No, Teutonius is actually a lowland still. I forgot, I changed some stuff around there. Somewhat. What's this here? Stash foraged. Stash foraged. Good. Monk restoration. Angel Fire seems to be our parish of disease starting. So enemy arrived in Angel Fire and probed us in Angel Fire. Okay, so we'll be looking at that shortly. But, knock on wood, we haven't had any other disease in any parishes since we've been down here in North New Mexico. Except for Angel Fire. So that's one of the parishes that I guess is coded to where, once, I guess it reaches a certain level, based on the rank of the players, or in this case, player that's in there, it will automatically spawn disease. Out of range, so we won't worry about that quite yet, so that's good. I remember Blue Hill Monument rocks used to get diseased every now and again, when, of course, that was when we were up in, still in Cortez, and Penarolosa always used to get diseased, but nobody's in Penarolosa anymore, nobody's in Cortez anymore. In fact, West Colorado is rather devoid of people, so a lot of our old House 13 allies who used to be here in West Colorado appear to no longer be on the server. So we are still in Age 4, House 14 dominating. So some of the obviously some of the previous House 13 people, factions, groups, all over the place. So House 15 has the west coast there, and the south, House 10. House 14 clearly dominating most of the map there. So they've won the first 4 glory rounds. The last one was, what, 5 days ago? Our old faction, who was in House 4 after the age change, is no more. But we have Razman there. He was I think he may have been part of the old House 4 / House 3. TTHM certainly was. But a lot of changes. House 4 was dominant up in this area. They had Washington at one point. But no more. So our sister house here, or well, the main house, where actually I guess you could call the sister house, us here in House 8, has Tennessee. Good control over here. Lots of changes sure to occur when age 5 hits. So we've got a good, I'm not actually sure, I haven't been actually tracking the glory rounds that much, so I'm not actually sure how long each round is averaging here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we've got C1. Looks like we're on the chopping block here for this round. So there's 1, 2, 3. So let's say, so for now 2 and 2, the next 2 rounds, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 rounds yet to go where 2 houses are eliminated, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right. And at least 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I think from that point on, it's 1 house at a time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, so 7 or 8 glory rounds still yet to go. So we probably got another good 2 months, I think. This I have to go back and see when the age change actually occurred. But regardless, we're still here in North New Mexico, hanging in there. Got little Pixie here, as a matter of fact, a former House 9 member from age 1 during the Great Rocky Mountain War. Is a housemate. So I'm glad to have him on our side. We are unorthodox. So Society of Agrarian. Come on, really? Give me a chance to review some information with the peoples, and then we can go and review some reports. So, relatively quiet, although we do have 6 open parishes here. In fact, here in North New Mexico, it is quite a hodgepodge right now. Our one of our allies, Lafisa, right now is Sheriff. But we got 3 parishes open there, 3 parishes down there, 3 parishes here, and this is just a neutral parish. Not sure if this guy's even active, because he is lone as lone could be. It doesn't appear he's really done anything since he's been in here. So that might be something to take a look at. Because that's a rat's castle there, so that's not bad. And I'm hoping at some point little Pixie would go take those 3 parishes. I was considering these, but each one of them is a nasty old wolf's castle, so not very desirable at this point in time. Stop it. We just want to go get the fishes. That's a big fish haul there. Yes, that's what we wanted to do. this is where I wanted to use my scouts, just to wrap up some of this meat so we can get a fresh stash out here. So it's been quite some time. I believe we were still doing our Team Player 7 quest. My last video, oh so long ago. I don't even recall how long ago that was. But here we are finally nearing the end. Finally. Nearing the end here. So we only need 50 more packets to donate. See anything else worth nabbing here? Not really. So we'll go grab some cheese, I guess. Try to eliminate some of these stashes so we can get more unidentified stashes to nab. Of course, keep increasing our chances of the achievement. 100. You know what? I'll just leave that there, because that could also be helping prevent an AI from spawning. Hey, wood we definitely need, so we will definitely grab some wood. Anything worthwhile over here? Well, we got some apples and wood down there. Go, go, go. Alright, so we got everybody going out, doing that stuff. Excellent. So let's take a look here. Stop by diplomacy. Very good. Stop by diplomacy. Very good. Rat attacks. Easy enough to stop. Quite simple, quite simple. Alright, in the meantime, let's see where else we're at here. Let's see if we can not get, or can get, 50 packets donated somewhere. No, not yet. I do have enough, but I don't want to short shrift myself on bows here. Got to send some stone to our parishes. I don't want to delete building, but thank you. Alright, one more level, and we can actually get our ballista, our maximum number of ballista towers, and start. Ooh, here we go. We can donate some stuff here, can't we? Although, let me see here. Do we need... Oh, yeah. So might as well do this. This will be the most beneficial. So let's donate 7. 1, 2, 3, enter. Thank you. There's 14 packets right off the bat there. We'll donate 7,000 there. Another 14 off the bat there. We'll donate 2,000 there. So, excellent. That inches us ever closer, so I think we are going to be in good shape for getting this quest finally complete. Blue Hill. Let's see, anything else we might want to donate here? make some donations there. Oh, yes, good. We'll go 25. How does that sound? So there's 5 right there. That's not bad. That's pretty good there, 90%. So, well, of course, we'll still be working on all this stuff. We've got there. Don't necessarily, or can't necessarily. I mean, the stone we actually could, 20,000. But we actually don't really need to level that up anymore because we are all ready for, I think, most of our villages. Well, maybe not then. Oh, that's Terminia. Looks like maybe we're doing Blue Hill anyway, yeah. Yeah, see, for we're already maxed out here with our ale rations, and we're still producing more, even though I even have one asleep. So we're doing quite well, quite well. Yeah, Terraminia, of course, doesn't help that we don't have too many planted there. In fact, I think at some point I might want to move this stuff, right? Yeah. Kind of tough here. It's 455. So if we go double rations, it's 2016, so we need at least 600, just shy of 600 additional production. It's really not too many other places I can go that's going to be very close. Eventually what I'm going to have to do, I guess, is throw down a another premium token just so I can move some stuff there. But we'll see, we'll see. Anyway, if I throw this here, so it's only 455, so we're about 150 short. So let's go back in here to Angel Fire. We need iron to donate as well. But we don't have a lot of wood, and that's the problem. Not a lot of wood at all. Alright, so let's get back to what we were doing here. Donating goods. Actually, how's stone production here? To 7, we're up to 5 there, 40,000, 60,000. So we definitely want to bump up bow production too. So we're basically, what, 53,000, 54,000 away, 65,000 away, 50,000 away, and of course 105,000. We're not too far off, so you know what? We will do our donations here first. Boom. That should actually do it, yeah. Good. Quest complete, thank you. Finally got this bugger out of the way. Blue Hill, so that is Tantonitis, which I think is good because that's over here. We need lots of bread, so let's do that. Excellent. So let's complete this bugger, because that's, you know, 2,500 faith points. So good. The wheel spin is really the big thing. So finally, collect. Woohoo! Ride like the wind. 24 hours, 100. That actually should be fairly doable. Still waiting on that one, but we'll see. Alright, one more time here, bummer. Thank you. So good, we have that moving along. We've got AI we want to take down, taken care of. Clearing out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stashes just right in there. 7, something like that. Oh, this is for when we get more villages, which we will be getting soon. Soon. So we are a Duke, 3rd rank here, so we are only 3 levels up away from royalship, yeah? Research, for the most part, we bumped up stone quarrying up to 70%. Next level will give us 80%, just because with all the siege camp attacks, that kind of stuff, we just need more stone production on top of you know, the bonus production we get from the parish guild buildings. At this point, plus, you know, I need stone to continue to build up the parish castles as well, since I am the only one in each of my parishes. So we bumped up stone quarrying. For the most part, that's been the research. Because, of course, as you can see, I still got a ton of points left to spend. But otherwise, the only other thing we've been doing is construction, which decreases the time to build the castle structures here. So now the Great Tower by default starts at 24 hours, so you can build 1 per day. Now, of course, with the research, we're down to just over 13 hours. So we are certainly, we got 2 levels left, so it's 50%, and I think it ends up being 60%. So it just aids with everything, and of course by doing that we'll have almost the entire castellation tree complete here. The only thing we haven't done is this here, vaults, which increases the time to pillage villages, which at this point isn't really, I mean, if this was ransacking, it would be worthwhile. Because anything that gets pillaged is just all resources. It's easily replaced. But the longer it takes to pillage your villages, of course, the longer your castle is under the attack, the more damage being done to your castle, so the more you have to repair. Is the way I look at it. I'd much rather have a way to increase the time to prevent ransacking rather than pillaging. Ransacking is much more of a pain in the ass, especially when the AI, it is the AI that's doing it. So that's that. So basically, that's what we've been focusing on for research at this point in time. Of course, we every here and there we did a little bit of theology here to beef some of this stuff up. So at some point we'll actually go back to wrap up the entire theology tree as well, since we're at the point to where, you know, military-wise, we've got almost everything ranked up pretty much that we can in military. Of course, I can increase foraging a bit, which we will eventually do as well. You know, I still can rank up my peasants. I got a few things in command, but don't really need command because with the monks that take up space, and of course the merchants as well. So we don't really need to do command at this point. If we do, it'd just be 1 more. Of course, now, of course, I could dedicate certain villages to being strictly military, not have monks in them at all. And then I could, you know, of course, rank up command to 500 and have you know, some villages be strictly theology, the others be strictly military. But, you know, swordsmen, we don't use swordsmen too much, but eventually we'll rank them up a little bit too. But, again, not one of those priority things. Farming, we're pretty much where we need to be at a long time ago. So that was back when we were doing videos regularly for USA 2. That's where we're at with that part. So we, of course, have been saving up research points primarily to prevent this from getting any further along, at least until we hit Prince. And then once we do hit Prince, we can go down here, take a look at leadership, because once you can see once we hit Prince, we've got the rest of leadership that unlocks for us. So the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 levels. And of course, these Village Zone 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I go immediately, well, not quite immediately, so to speak, but basically almost double. Once I hit Prince, I can almost, you know, I basically almost double the number of villages I can own. So I go from the current 8 to having 15 available. Of course, I have to research each of these ticks here, each of these levels, I guess you could say, in order to do it. So I want to keep research down, that way I can bang those out quickly, you know, a few at a time, and then start getting more villages here. And basically what I'm going to be doing in that regard is maybe getting 1 or 2 more parishes down here at least. I'll have to see, but for the most part, since it's so difficult for one village to be able to build up itself, let alone build up the parish and make donations, that kind of stuff, I'm going to start adding villages in each of my current parishes. That way, I basically, with each village, I increase my effort. You know, I get another village, I automatically double my effort. I get a third village, I'm tripling my ability to rank up guild buildings and build on the parishes and that kind of stuff. So that will be coming very soon. In the meantime, let's see what else has been going on. Of course, the wolf lairs we've been attacking, teeny tiny wolf lairs. Average size wolf lair. Oh, we lost 5 pikemen there, really. Let's take a look at that. Of course, the amount of honor I've been getting from these has also gone up thanks to ranking up. So the honor you get from wolf lairs and bandit camps goes up with your rank as well. Okay. A few here and there. Ooh, apples. Actually glad to see apples, because we do need them, although we've got the donation quest done now, but we need them for donations regardless, whether we have the quest or not. Okay, so where are we at here? Let's see where are we at down here. So this was the old days here. This is, so we're good about in between 80 and 90 days, because all this was right before the age change right here. So we're almost 3 months into this age. So each glory round is less than a month at this point. So achievement of changed wolf hunter, double diamond, nice bit of honor for that. And of course that's by doing wolfies. Destroying wolf lairs. So let's see, Vanquisher. We're still working towards there. So that's a triple diamond. This is a triple diamond. We've got a long ways to go for the next one though. Same thing here. Scouting resource stashes. Skilled ruler. So we've capped that out at diamond. Of course, officer is capped out at diamond. See ballista. We've got a ways to go. King's king. So we still actually have another level there. Gotta be a member of a house that controls more than one country. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to grab that. Banqueting got a ways to go. Defensive Master we're capped out at. So we got here Banqueting, we should, yep, capped out with that now. Protector, or just over halfway there. They're getting closer. And of course our good old flag rating, which we saw one of our last couple of episodes. So let's see what we got here. We attacked the bandit camp, right? Yes, sir. Archers, just lost 2 archers, so that's not bad. Excellent. Another bandit camp there. Small fries, of course. Rat attack there, which of course we just saw a rat attack we defended against, so that's fine. Enemy attacks. I did want to review a couple of these. So again, the importance of having ballistas, tunnelers, and knights. Get rid of these dreaded catapults that do the damage to your towers. So that's good. One trouble I have with the village is that, like this, the knights kept getting blocked. Seems we're getting a little bit better now. It's our AI taking care of business. But the list is really the most important because they got free reign and they'll always target catapults first. So as long as the catapults are within range, that works out good. Business doing getting as well. So good, so it's only repair and not actually complete and total replacement of our walls. Another bandit camp. Slightly larger that time. Oh, come on with this thing. Excellent. Okay, thank you. So delete. More enemy attacks, of course. Being defeated. Excellent. Bandit camp. Good. Just a couple of archers lost. That's not bad. Not much difference with that guy there. So let's get to where, let's get to what we really wanted to review here. So this is actually this is the probing attack here. He said just wanted to see how quick we were getting to the catapult, so that's good. That's a good one there. Good. Oh, for God's sakes, really? This freaking song is freaking persistent. Okay. So, as you might have noticed here as I've been going through your reports, we've got some excommunication, some influence, and Epicman 1321. So let's start where the start began 3 days ago. With Epicman launching an unprovoked attack against one of our friends and faction mates, Traveler's Way here. So this is what happened. No rhyme nor reason for this, and as you can see, it's just a simple attack, so obviously this guy's a troll. A griefer troll, which we don't tolerate on the worlds we play on. But not a very smart one, because it was just an attack. Not even a ransack, not a pillage to get supplies. Just simple vandalism, essentially. So, it makes the guy more or less a dumb a-hole than anything else. Not a raze or a capture either, just a... So there's no captain involved, so basically it was a complete waste of an attack on his part. Because as we'll see, we'll speed things up a bit now. His entire army sent after him was defeated. So whoever this guy is, he ain't too bright. So that was that. So essentially, he lost 76 catapults, 125 pikemen, and 100 archers. And Traveler's Way got some nice honor out of it, although it did, as you saw, did do some major damage to his castle. So, upon learning of this attack, we decided that this griefer is no longer desired in North New Mexico. So, so this was the village he actually attacked. Ooh, let me go grab this real quick. Thank you. So this is the village here. He attacked Traveler's Way there. From a village that was there, as we'll see, we kind of took that out, but he also had a village over here in Lyndhurst, which apparently he abandoned after he came online and found that he'd been raised out there. So no communication, no rhyme or reason from this guy. In fact, this is the only thing he had sent Traveler's Way. So obviously this guy's just basically a dickhead. But we took care of him nice and neat like. So of course excommunicated him in both villages. He was still actually under peacetime with this village, so that was that village over in Lyndhurst. So it was a fairly new village that he had gotten. And we also influenced him because he decided to take over La Plata and attempted to take over Lyndhurst. Again, from a couple of allies, Razmond here and La Plata, and Dragon Soul, one of our former faction mates from House 3, and Illuminati Project here in Lyndhurst. So, instead of letting this guy do any more damage, God knows what damage he did to La Plata while he was steward. It wasn't that long of a time, fortunately. And he never did get Lyndhurst. He was only able to tie votes. And of course, tie goes to the previous steward before I got him and made sure he couldn't become steward. But it was well past time to send this guy a message saying, yeah, your actions against House 8 will not be tolerated. So of course we scouted him out, and that's basically all he had built up. So again, this guy not too brilliant to be pulling shenanigans like that against a large house with established players in the area he's at, and not have really any good defense whatsoever, especially as a duke. So this guy's a duke. He's you know the same main rank I am, but I think he's not quite as high in the sub ranks as I am. So what we ended up doing is this is the where's my captain attack? Yeah, so it cost me 164,000 honor. So he's probably a low ranked duke at this point. But what we ended up doing was using monument rocks to go attack him. So let's take a look. So of course, basically just sending a breaker attack to rid him of all his defenses. And that's how it's done. So, of course, the castle's pretty much wide open at this point. So I could just send my captain in for the raze. But, hey, I decided to play around a bit. And while the captain was en route, just keep sending attacks. Just for hits and shiggles. Or was it gits and shiggles? Of course, sending from my parish, sending my parish army cost me no honor whatsoever, which is very nice. that's the one we just saw, right? Yes, okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attacks, or 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks from the Parish Army, while the captain was in, well, of course after the breaker attack, 4 attacks going out while the captain was en route from Tanara. And I decided to send one more to see how close I could actually time the attack from Monument Rocks, trying to get there right before the captain gets there. And, you know, timed attacks are always good, and I timed it so well, they arrived at exactly the same time, but the parish attack just a few nanoseconds after the captain, so of course the village was already gone. There was nothing to attack. So almost timed it too well there, but he basically arrived at the same time. But like I said, just a few nanoseconds difference. However, the server determined which one hit first, decided the captain was going to hit first. And here is that. Here is the raze. There's my captain there, just hanging loose while the troops march in. You see, knights will target archers first, so that's always good to remember. And boom. Basically a simple walk-in, so we only lost, what, ended up losing 2 swordsmen, and what, 4 archers, so overall, not bad whatsoever. So that took care of him. And then actually what we were planning on doing for this video was going through and raising this village here. But obviously he wanted no part of that and abandoned his Lindhurth village to respawn elsewhere. So let me do this. Over there, we'll get that. Am I actually short? Oh, that's right. You know what? I am short scouts in Tanara because of scouting his village, so we can go do that. Matter of fact, let's bring up our monks too. Theomalosa used the XCOM as well, so there we go. So start rebuilding our monks there. But we've got this guy marked now because obviously he's a griefer, so we are going to keep an eye on him. Looks like Dragon Soul is our only ally, or specific ally. Mark left. Let's see, Gobolewski, he is gone. Of course, we've got the old House 16 people from before the age change. Oshi still hanging around. A rogue. Seems David has finally found a home. With House 15 and a kingship. So House 15 finally taking him in. See settings, manage diplomacy. And the other fellow here. Oh, looks like he got raised out once again too. Now the only reason actually Gobolewski and Pan are enemies was a note from Lafisa way back when about their encroachment into West Colorado. And I guess they had attacked some of House 6's holdings. So he had sent out a county message just to keep an eye on those guys, but it looks like they've either quit the server or just well, Galioski at least just quit the server. Pan still around, but it looks like he's got reset again. And of course here is our Mr. Epicman. He's decided to respawned here in West Kansas. Now, of course, this guy has been warned about this griefer guy here, so we're going to keep an eye on him as well. And if it looks like he's starting to act up again, we will certainly take him out. We won't bat an eye about taking him out. Ooh, somebody's going to nab that. Oh well. That's quite alright. So what do we got? Launch Snake's Castle against Terminia. Is that right? Stash Forged. So that is that. That's pretty much the update here for USA 2. We're all hanging in there. They're all good to go. I don't think there's basically anything else except for the spin on the medieval Wheel of Fortune. So I just want to see what the stash is going to be real quick. If it's anything worthwhile to nab. Ooh, spice. Could actually probably use that in each of the villages here. So we'll go 80 there. And we'll go 80 there. There we go. And we'll just take a spin on the medieval Wheel of Fortune now and see what we come up with. Ooh, level 5. Nice. What we got? Faith points, gold, and some card packs and card points. So let's see what we get here. So ultimately, Epicman not so very epic. Ooh, oh! 30,000 faith points. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much. I will take that any day of the week. Excellent. And there we have it. So thank you everyone for watching this episode of Fighting in America. And until next time, whenever the next time may be, we will see you, or I will see you. We, royalty, will see you in game. I think we could do with some salts there, eh? Let's see where we at. Terminia is actually our salt fight, so we actually don't need salt in Terminia now, do we? For God's sakes. So we will grab salt for these two guys. Just save me the effort of trading for that little bit between villages. But anyway, thanks for watching. Till next time, I'll see you in game. Sweet.